Well, well, well. It looks like the 2-1-3 era will be finally coming to an end real soon. Hey guys, Cam for 15 back at it with another video for you guys. Back talking Clippers basketball. When you thought the news couldn't get any better, man. Oh my goodness, man. It's finally going to end. It's finally. It's going to end. The pain and suffering of 2-1-3 is going to finally end once and for all. I've been waiting for this moment for a very long time. And finally, it's going to happen. If you guys don't know the reports, the rumors, it was really getting started, well, as of Sunday. I'm recording this on Monday. And it was basically the news that, this honestly was happening a few weeks, about earlier in the week, last week, about the Clippers potentially trading Kawhi Leonard. And the two teams of the suitors that he was interested in going back to is either the Spurs or the Raptors. And then out of the blue last night, basically the Raptors reports have been going on across, reporters of saying now it seems like the Clippers and the Raptors are engaged in serious talks to try to get Kawhi Leonard to return back to the Toronto Raptors in a trade, and that would completely end the 2-1-3 era 100%. So, what are my thoughts about this potential trade to the Raptors and things like that? Because even on this morning, the way they were talking about it, all the way the reports are sounding, it's sounding like now it's starting to be like damn near close to a done deal. The only thing that is basically like all being trying to be agreed upon is the type of compensation. Because right now we know the Clippers are looking for the most potential compensation they can get. They probably want a combination of really good players and picks. And the Raptors, for whatever reason, are like, no, 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 we don't want to do that. We don't want to do that. But listen, you don't have no leverage. We do because you want Kawhi. You want Kawhi. We got him. You got to give up some of your picks and you got to give us some of your good players. But the Raptors don't want to do that because whatever. But again, the Clippers are not going to trade Kawhi Leonard away for fucking pennies. They're going to trade him for the best possible package they can get. And until a team is desperate enough, so now the Pacers got desperate enough with Zubac. The same thing will needs to happen with the Raptors. Keep like keep playing hardball. Keep being like, no, no, no. This is the deal we're offering. You take it or you leave it. You want it? That's fine. Otherwise, we'll go look for another party. You got to make sure you got to make the Raptors be like, all right, we just have to do this. We have to do this. We have a chance in the Eastern Conference to try out there and go compete. Fuck it. Who cares? Give it to them. We'll figure it out when we figure it out. So, regardless, it's looking like it's going to be a done deal because it's apparently Kawhi said he'll set. Well, apparently Kawhi's camp is saying that he will sign an extension with Toronto, if he is traded there. So we still hold all the cards. So, um, look, man, the fact that the way it sounded like Monday, it sounds like this is gonna be a done deal. It's only a matter of when, and it's only a matter of the compensation we're gonna get in return. So. Altogether, it looks like number two is going to be gone and no longer be a Clipper. Thank Christ. I've been waiting to hear this news for a very long time. And when the news finally breaks, that tweet is going to say again, good fucking riddance. The 2-1-3 era, I've said this on multiple Clipper videos I've done, has been, I don't care what you feel. I don't care if you're a Clipper fan and you disagree. The 2-1-3 era of Clippers basketball by far was the worst era of Clippers basketball because it is the era of what ifs. It is the era of failed promises. It is the era of what if we just didn't give up all that trade compensation? What if Kawhi just trusted in the process we built over here, trusted Shea Gilgeous-Alexander, and guess what? We still have Shea, who ends up turning into an MVP caliber player with Kawhi, and we still have our fucking picks. But no, we didn't. And even if maybe after a year you do decide to trade some assets for another superstar, you still keep Shea. We had an MVP on our roster and we traded him away. Yes, he didn't the Shea from the 20 what is it? The 20 the final season before we got Kawhi is not the Shea Gilgeous-Alexander today. And there's a lot of people that say, "Oh, he never turned." Who's to say that he does turn into that? We would have had a point guard like freaking crazy player, good damn player in Shea, and we decided to trade that away because we had to capitulate to number two's demands. The first 2 years were great outside the bubble choke job. And then you think after the Western Conference Finals run, it's like, all right, we have something to build on. Let's just improve the team, get better within the margins, and pray Kawhi gets back healthy. And then obviously 2023 was the offshoot year, and then 2020, no, the 2022 season, my bad. And then 2023 season was realistically the last shot you had. And then they come out, and then 2023 decides to be the worst season I can vividly remember ever watching Clippers basketball. It was terrible. It was a god-awful watch. And then they try to salvage it in 2024 by trying to get Harden or what is it? Yeah, Harden and having Westbrook and shit like that. You get eliminated in the first round. You say goodbye to Paul George because he's asking for crazy money and a no trade clause. You have a pretty fun season in into a dome for that first season, and then you go out sad in 7 games with the Denver Nuggets when you should have beat them. And then this year, past season, you think, okay, we made some moves. We're older, but we made some moves. And first night on the job, you get blown out to the Utah Jazz, which starts the 6-21 season. And by the time the deadline hits, you make trades where you trade James Harden away to the Cavs to get Darius Garland, and then you trade Zubac to get the fifth pick, which ended up being Keaton Wagler. So you finally blew it up. You finally realized last year was finally the breaking point. 6-21 was the fucking breaking point for this organization to finally realize, yeah, we need to go. We need to go into a different direction for the long-term stability of this future of this organization. And finally, and I mean finally, now it looks like the trade to Toronto is basically a done deal. Once compensation gets agreed upon, number two will be heading back to Toronto, where he can go end his career off over there, get his last payday, go compete in a weak Eastern Conference, and we can move on with the future and build around Keaton Wagler and whoever else we'd acquire through the draft and anything. This is the exact shit I'm talking about. You're potentially setting yourself up for the exact same situation you had back in 2018, 2019 when you had Shea. Now, I can only imagine, I can only dream that Keaton Wagler turns an ounce of what Shea is. All I just want him to be is a develop into a star. But my God, if you're telling me he ends up turning into a Shea Gilgeous-Alexander like player, well then my God, surely that means if you ever have another offer on the table to get a superstar player or a star player on your team, you're not giving up six and mortgaging your future away and giving away Keaton Wagler, who ends up going on another team, developing and being a good player. I'll have more to say about the 2-1-3 era as a whole, but look, so far from what it sounds like, the Raptors want to give up a few, like a first round pick. I think, Grady Dick, and then I forgot another player, and then Brandon Ingram. Now, I don't know if I'm taking that deal. You gotta see, like, bro, give us RJ Barrett, give us more picks, and then obviously give us CMB. And the question is, will Lawrence Frank be able to do that and just be like, hey man, do that and we'll give it to him. But look, personally, if you ask me, if we get my Ingram, fine, whatever. I don't care. Just get number two off my team. You'll still get a pick and everything, whatever, right? Now some Clipper fans on social media are like, I don't want Brandon Ingram. I don't want. I'm like, Ninja, who cares, bro? Who's to say he comes here, he plays solid basketball, and next thing you know, people fucking love this guy now. And the next thing you know, when it's like it's clear we got to move off on this guy to maybe potentially go get another piece, then you'll have Clipper fans be like, I don't know if we should trade Brandon Ingram. I don't like that. Like at this point, you got to get some sort of compensation for number two. And if Brandon Ingram is it and whatever, deal with it. Brandon Ingram is a good player. He's not a great player, nor a star player, but he's a good player. I'll take a good player that he's probably not going to be here long term for the future, but you'll fucking take it. It's better than nothing. You get compensation, you get draft picks. You get a few good players. I'm okay with it. So if you do, and that's why I don't like that's why I'm saying I don't know what these some of these Clipper fans talk about. Who cares? If you're getting off number two and you're getting draft compensation and you're getting a player in Brandon Ingram who is a good player. Grady Dick, all right, fine, whatever. And then whoever the third player is, fine. You got some assets that maybe you flip. And apparently, there's reports now saying that the Clippers are very seriously interested in Jaylen Brown. So that means the plan is, I guess, the core between Garland, Wagler, and Jaylen Brown. Is this the fact is they want to get as many picks as they can for Kawhi, so then maybe they can go to Boston and flip those picks that you get from Toronto to Boston to get Jaylen Brown? Now, again, like I said the other day on the other Clipper video, I don't want Jaylen Brown on the team, especially if number two's still going to be here. But fuck it, at this point, I guess if the team wants Jaylen Brown, then maybe that's why Lawrence Frank is trying to ask for a lot of picks. Now, I personally want to give so many picks. I just see like maybe you can give two, maybe three picks for Jaylen Brown, and maybe you give them a player to go over there, and then boom, you get him, and then I guess you put him at the small forward position because I'd rather have the starting lineup be Garland, Wagler, Jaylen Brown. If that's the trade, you somehow try to if you do get Jaylen Brown, and then whoever the four is, and then I'm guessing whoever the five is, which I just probably fucking just go with Yannick if he's fully ready to go. But seemingly enough, look, if the plan is we're doing this facilitating the trade to get a lot of picks in return, so that maybe we can flip maybe two or three picks to go get Jaylen and bring him over here. I'm fine with that. I'm fine with that. As crazy as it sounds, I'm fine with that because one, you're not putting assets towards number two anymore. You're finally moving off on the 2-1-3 era, and you're starting a new era with a potential new core in place. And at the same time, you massively got younger. And the only thing you got to address is your power forward and your fucking center position. Realistically, those are the two biggest holes on the team. I'm okay supporting the content like that, and that's me obviously having hope again. I'll take that. I'm okay with that. But whenever the number two trade happens, which it sounds like it's a done deal. It's kind of just like it's like with the Harden deal, right? The deal is there in place. It's going to happen. The thing is, Lawrence Frank is trying to get compensation that is suitable for him in the future, the Clippers. We're not going to trade you for pennies. So when the news breaks, I will come in here, make a full depth analysis of the trade, the full depth analysis of 213 and its era, and we can finally move on to the next era of Clippers basketball, and I can finally be fucking happy. So there's that. But anyways, I'm gonna get out of here. If you guys like the video, leave a like, put in the comment section your thoughts, hit the subscribe button if you want to get more Clippers content on the channel and things like that. And I will talk to you guys in the next video. Till then, guys, peace.